So today we're going to go through the list of things that I wanted to do with the bathroom. In the bathroom we're removing the stupid shower head attachment that digs in your ribs when you go to the loo, and I'm also putting an extractor fan in the bathroom as well to get rid of the pongy smells. Access to the shower attachment removal was through the back end of the toilet. So I knew this job wasn't going to be easy because the only access to remove this part is from within the toilet cupboard. So, you know, me, gadgets, and a nice little endoscope camera. So yeah, shoving that little camera inside so I can see what I'm looking at. So that's the bolt that I'm trying to undo. That's me trying to get a spanner around it to basically loosen it off, and that's what I'm actually trying to do up there. I couldn't really get my hand to it, so it was at the end of a spanner. Not the easiest thing to get to, but you know, needs must, and that thing had to go. So eventually I got that bit off. Then it was just a matter of disconnecting the little John Guest connections and then go inside and pull the stupid thing out for the last time. There we go. So I'll probably find a nice bung for in there. There's a nice breeze coming through. Find a nice bung for in there, blank that off, and that's one annoying thing out of the toilet. So the hole in the bathroom that's now left after I removed the shower head, I found this little gas vent kit. Got it as part of the stuff we bought for the VW we did last year. And that is the exact same diameter that I need to fill that gap, and it's even got a little screw thing on the back as well, so it means I can put it on, screw it over there, and have it all look very nice and finished. Obviously it's got a hole in there as well, so it's a bit of extra ventilation, albeit that all it's really going to do is vent inside the van. So maybe I'll seal that off actually. Maybe that's not such a good idea, but I thought it was a really good find. Fit in there, like I say, little tapered bits at the end there, so it stays in nice and tight. So just put the screw on the other side of there now, and that's it done. While I was in here, I took the shower head attachment off and found out that they'd basically had 2 goes at screwing it on. Very nice. Thanks very much, Auto Trail. So in order to cap these off, these are special John Guest fittings. Just push over there as hard as you can. There we go. So they've gone all the way in, and that's them capped off. That one as well. So I can now tuck those out of the way. I will check when I've filled back up with water that they're not leaking or anything like that. But for now, that's that one finished off. Removing the ceiling fan, really easy, just 3 really long screws, because the screws go through the ceiling vent and into the upper bit. Put a piece of wire in there so I can wire the fan into the existing lights, so it makes it easier. The fan just comes on with the lights then. Really simple solution. So there we go. I went with a blue light fan, just I suppose so that I can see that it's working. So yeah, when you switch the lights on in the toilet now, not only do you get the lights coming on, but that comes on too. The only little downside is I couldn't fit the extra screw in there. There just isn't enough space to get the fan and everything else in there. But I've got 2 screws in there. It's all sealed. Fair enough, you know, unfortunately elements could get in there, depends how well they've sealed it at the top, and etc, etc. But ultimately now that is sucking the air out of the toilet and straight through and out of the top vent. So I've mounted that as the fan as close as I can to the kind of vent tubing, so that everything is being sucked out through the top and not kind of in the void of the cavity of the ceiling. But one thing going into there I did notice as well is that there's a hell of a lot of space between here and the actual van ceiling. Probably about kind of that much space that they've not really filled that well with insulation, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, quite happy with that one. Like I say, nice blue light to let the occupants know the fan's working away. So really happy with those couple of jobs. Not the most interesting things in the world, but yeah, certainly make everything look far better. So the toilet is now all finished. Got the fan in there with a little blue light, which might attract flies and then mince them inside the fan. I don't know if you've watched my video about having my fly zapper and zapping flies, but anything that can destroy those little nasty things, then the better. The shower head attachment has all gone. I didn't want to try and fit it along further because I just didn't seem the space for it within the internals of the van. And also, if we're going to use the shower, we're going to use services on a campsite if we do that, or other services like service stations, or you know, like a train station, or all the types of places where you can go and get a shower for a set fee. Probably do that, or a solar shower if we're wild camping and it's in the summer. So yeah, no real need for a shower, just better comfort is more important when you're using the toilet. So this is a look of the cupboard beforehand. So I needed to remove the little latches and bits and bobs that kept the static table in place, or you know, the pop-in table. So just get those little bits and bobs out of the way. Remove that center support, got the doors off, and that's what kind of the space we're left is. So it's quite a usable space really. Just a case of making those doors bifold, so some special hinges on there. And to do that, really, it was best to just take them in the garage, put them on a flat surface, and then mount the screws on the hinges on one side, and then kind of make sure the gap was the same to the hinge on both sides. It was a bit fiddly, but I got there in the end. Never done anything like that before, so I just kind of worked it out, and yep, easy enough to do. Screw it all in there. I noticed that my drill was tearing into these doors. The ply is really cheap on it, so I thought I'd finish it off by just using it on hand. And then just mount them back in place. So I left one of the hinge sets on one side, so that it hinges away from you as you're in the kitchen area, so you've got better access that way. So hinges back in there, realign the hinges so that the doors close nice and tightly on there, and then it's just a matter of using magnetic fasteners to hold the door in place. So lots of magnet fasteners put all the way around. My little tip for putting in shelves is always just to put one screw in on each of the blocks. So as you mark up your rough height, and then make sure that each of the blocks just has one screw in it. Put your shelf on top, and then it should all sit nice and square, and then you can screw your second screw in to make sure each block is level, and then obviously then screw in the screw underneath if you want to actually fix the shelf in position. So I've got some of this stuff. You've probably seen it. It's sticky back, and you can get it in various colours. In fact, you can give it in RGB, so a changing colour one, remote controlled if you want it to be, and stuff like that. But this is just plain white, and I just wanted to get it because it's cut to fit, and it's 12 volt and they're LED, so it's low power, maximum brightness, and it's great for this cupboard. What I've done is I've left a little gap between each shelf, so there's enough of a gap where I can stick this to the back side of this little thing here. There's like a little sort of two pieces of wood there, so stick it to the back there all the way down, and then I'll probably come across and then all the way back up. Just a bit of a hint about this stuff, it is 12 volts, and you can cut it anywhere along those lines there. It comes with adapters so you can reuse them. If not, you can just solder on, because those are copper little bits there, so you can actually just solder on to power them back up 12 volts. Again, they're even marked minus and positive, so dead easy. Don't waste them, they're very useful. So what I've done is stuck them all in there. I've got my tail, so it's now all stuck all the way around, I've got the power sat there, so I'm just going to take this light out, use the wires there, keep the switch in position and swap it over. So they're nice and bifold now, so we can get all the stuff we need on the back of the doors. And if somebody does want to get past, like I say, they do bifold, so there's enough room to get past now. And if you wanted to just have them open and get things in and out while you're working, you know, in the kitchen area, that's easy as well. And I've changed the lighting as well now, so we've got LED lights all the way around. So each shelf is now looking really, really well lit. We've got some magnet fittings all the way around. So there, and at the top I've got my little switch wired in, so it's all wired in properly and everything down to the fuse box. So yeah, when you shut the door, it all nicely falls together and the light goes off. And then we moved over to the cupboard, so ripped out everything inside the cupboard and put some shelves in there, changed the lighting in there as well, made the door bifold. So that means you can get past if you need to more easily, but more importantly, when you're working in the kitchen, you've got full access to all the shelves and everything now. Also sealed up the skylight as well, because yeah, like I say, I have no idea why they're not sealed, but no one seems to seal them and the wind gets under them, and it used to rattle our little vent around. We've heard Mandy say that on some videos in the past. So yeah, at least that's now sealed. Just use some sticky back foam, put it around the perimeter, so as the window comes down over the top, it just touches the foam, not a lot, but enough that you can tell it's all nice and sealed now. I've also fixed this on properly as well now, so nice and tight, not going to go anywhere, tight like a tiger, for my Austin Powers impression there. The weather's been pretty dire ever since I did the outside work, and yeah, not great for working on the van, but at least when you're working inside the van and the heating system's working, you can have it just so, about 17 degrees anyway. So yeah, that's nice and comfortable working environment. I've got the fridge on as well, so I've got my drinks nice and cool. I've had my lunch in here a couple of times, just eking out every single hour I possibly can, at any time of the day, weekend or night time, whatever, just to get things done, just so that it's all sorted out. Right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode, where no doubt I'll be changing, fixing, sawing and doing something else to hopefully the bed area. Yeah, that's the biggest change. So take care, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.